ask over there too.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Baynard C. Thank you for answering those questions. I think that's all
Mhm.
for the Q&A. Thank you very much again.
Thank
So
you.
now, thank you so much. We'll now move on to our next speaker. Now, our next keynote speaker is the former Secretary for the Department of Information and Communications. Please welcome Secretary Gregorio Honasan II.
Big time.
Mr. Monchito Ibrahim, President, UPSITF, Dr. Prospero de Vera, III, JED Chairman, fellow speakers, panelists, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all.
Morning.
It is an honor and privilege to be asked to deliver a speech in today's event.
Okay, ilagay.
I would like to thank the organizers for the opportunity to share words of encouragement to our youth. The period of youth involves exciting but confusing times. Being young means having the license to make mistakes and learn from them, as well as having the freedom to pursue your dreams, no matter how big or impossible they seem. However, it also comes with growing responsibilities. The key to making it during this exciting but challenging phase in your life is to improve and absorb every learning opportunity that life lays on your table. It is being consistent, setting goals and going after them, and picking up skills, strategies, networks, relationships, and life lessons that stay with you in your lifelong journey. It is a time to discover your strengths and weaknesses and constantly be a better version of yourself today than yesterday.
Yeah,
Indeed,
tama.
the time of youth offers a wide selection of opportunities to choose from, and the future is ripe with possibilities. Amid the confusion, I hope that you all choose the path that grows not only yourself, but the people around you. I hope that you choose an industry that is instrumental not only to your personal growth, but also towards the progress of our country. Finally, I hope that you also consider working in public service to make use of your talents for serious nation building. To our youth, I encourage you to all make the best use of this time to improve yourselves, your peers, families, and the Filipino community as a whole. One of the most exciting career areas of today is information and communications technology, or ICT. Technology is deeply embedded in the human experience, as ultimately its essence lies in helping people navigate their lives and their environment efficiently, safely, and sustainably. The pursuit of ICT as a career path will help you reimagine the ways it enriches and informs our lives. The digital world has propelled ICT theory and practice to encompassing fields from business enterprise, finance, development, and technical sectors. ICT pathways continue to seep more and more into virtually every aspect of daily life. ICT trends are also making labor markets more innovative, inclusive, and globally competitive. If any of you here are interested in technology and its socio-economic implications, I hope you can consider a career in ICT. We recognize that thriving careers are built not only on flexibility and adaptability to changing environments, but a mindset to continually grow and improve. As your seniors and mentors in life, we are fully aware of the honor and our responsibility to aid the succeeding generations. I cannot emphasize more that our children are the greatest sustainable and renewable resource. The growth and development of our nation many years ahead depends upon our youth, the next generation who will usher in a prosperous future for the Philippines. Their efforts and their chosen focus areas will set the direction of the future, and it is incumbent upon us now to guide them to collective success. I wish everyone the best of luck in your decisions and ways forward. For our part, we shall continually pursue ICT-enabled improvements derive the most benefits from the digital economy. We shall continue working with our partners towards our shared goals for the thriving future of the Filipino youth. Magtulungan po tayo.
Yep. Magtulungan.
Alright, there you have it, the former Secretary for the Department of Information and Communications. Thank you, Mr. Honasan. Alright, okay. Ngayon naman, bago tayo pumunta ulit sa ating next speaker, mag-greet muna tayo ng ating viewers or ng ating attendees sa ating chat box. Let me see. Meron ba dito? Ayan, okay. Sabi dito ni Jacob Rodriguez. Good morning, Rodriguez Jacob, BSIT 21 from PUP Calauan. Ayan. Hello, everyone. Hello. Sino pa? Hi, Claire. Thank you, JA. Thank you. Learn more about Asus. Ayan, may raffle po ba ang Asus laptop? Okay, abangan natin yan, alright? Okay? Abangan natin kung anong gadget ang ipaparaffle ng Asus. I'm Ronaldo Helasio, sir. I'm a BSIT student in Polytechnic College of Botolan, insert PCB, sir. Hello, ACPS Computer College. Good morning, everyone. Shout out po, Sir Soriano ng UEP.
Uy, yes, Sir Soriano, shout
to
out,
the
boy.
IT Department faculty
Ay, boy
members of
din.
College of
Sorry, sir.
Technologies of Bukidnon State University. Good morning from ACPS Computer College Santa Cruz, Laguna. From Justin. From Chelsea Anongos from Mindoro State University. Good morning, sabi ni Daniel Gasangan, BSIT 1C Guimaras State College. Hello. Magandang umaga. Hello po from ACTS Computer College Santa Cruz, Laguna. Ayan, from Melanio D. Velasco, University of Las Salete, Inc., Santiago City, Isabela. Alright, from Roland Hazel Alolor from BSIT 21, PUP Caluan, Laguna Campus. Okay, ito pa. From Joven, good morning po. From BSIT 2, University of Eastern Pangasinan.
Uy, UP ulit, boy.
Ang dami
What
natin
up?
taga-ACPS Computer College. Hello, everyone. Good morning po. I'm a BSA student from University of St. Anthony. Hi, Marge. Alright, okay. Thank you sa mga nag-send ng shoutout. We will try our best, okay, to read everyone to accommodate this.
Shout out,
okay, but
Rastaman.
now we move on to our next speaker.
Half human, half zombie.
Okay, so our next speaker is a no-code engineer for a foundation enlightening a pioneering venture builder. She advocates for no-code in the Philippines through No-Code PH, a community of no-coders in the Philippines.
Ma'am Crystal
Please
Camaro.
welcome Ms. Cristal Camaro.
Okay. Engineering Technologies.
Hi, good morning everyone.
Hi, ma'am.
Can you see my screen? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. We can.
Yes, we can see your screen. Ms.
Okay,
Camaro.
thank you. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Hi, good morning again everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. Today, I'll be talking about something I'm very passionate about, no-code and low-code. I'll be giving a short intro on what no-code and low-code are and how they play a big part of our future. Now let me start by asking you to use your imagination just for a couple of seconds. Let's imagine a world where 99.7% can read, but only 0.3% can read and write. Only a tiny fraction of that world can write. In fact, only 1 in every 333 and 1/3 of people can write. Now, if I were to guess, that world would be very, very boring. Am I right?
Yes.
It would be a kind of world where we limit progress. It would be a kind of world where we limit creativity and innovation. It would be a kind of world where we limit the world from reaching its full potential. Now let's go back to the present reality, because I have an important statistic for you. Today, in the whole world, only 0.3% can write code. Let me repeat. Today, in the whole world, only
0.3%
0.3% can write code.
can write code.
Only a tiny,
Damn.
tiny fraction of our world
0.3.
can write code. In fact, only 1 in every 333 and one-third of people can write code. Now you need to be able to write code to make software. Software essentially runs on code. And today, we are increasingly becoming dependent on software. Just the fact that you are right now in this talk means you have to go on your computer, which uses an operating system such as Windows.
Yes.
That software runs on code. Then you had to open your browser, such as Firefox, to get the link to this talk. That software runs on code. Then you needed to launch Zoom to view this talk. That software runs on code. And because only 0.3% of the world can write the code for the software that we are highly dependent on, we live in a kind of world where we limit progress. We live in a kind of world where we limit creativity and innovation. We live in a kind of world where we limit the world from reaching its full potential. That is until now.
Oh.
Traditionally, you need to spend hours and hours and hours writing code just to make software. A lot of resources are involved. And that's even assuming you know how to write code or can afford to hire developers. But that is quickly changing thanks to no code and low code. With no code and low code, you don't need to spend a ton of hours to make software. Not a lot of resources are involved. And the best part is that you don't even need to code at all.
Bakit?
What then is no code? No code, in its simplest definition, means product building and automation without writing a single line of code. Let me emphasize, without writing a single line of code. How is this possible? It's possible through the use of visual methods where the code is generated for you. You don't even need to know the kind of programming languages, frameworks, etc. that the code generated uses. All you need to do is drag and drop, drag and drop. No code leads to the rise of citizen developers, or developers who have little to no knowledge about coding. Even without any knowledge of code, citizen developers can develop software and automate things through the power of no code. This is what makes no code different from low code. Low code is similar to no code, but it is primarily for developers. Unlike no code requires writing code. However, the code required is just minimal. Now, why should you care about no code and low code? Let me give you the 3 biggest reasons why. The first reason is that no code and low code make development accessible to everyone. No code and low code lower the barriers to entry and level the playing field. Today, anyone with a computer, an internet connection, and a bit of know-how can make software, opening the door for many new solutions to be created. Everyone, no matter what age, gender, nationality, etc., can now develop software. No longer is only an elite few making an impact at the world at large through software. Literally everyone listening to this talk can become a citizen developer and develop software. The second reason is that no code and low code make development much faster. With no code and low code, a significant amount of time is saved. In fact, survey reports show that no code and low code reduce development time by up to 90%.
Solid to no code and low
Anyone
code.
can now develop software in a matter of weeks, days, even hours. No longer do we need to dedicate a huge amount of time building something. This leads to an increase in efficiency
Kita nyo
and
ba?
productivity. The third reason is that no code and low code make development more affordable. There's no need for a fancy or complicated tech stack, or even a huge team of developers. No code and low code enable you to build a solution with just a few simple tools and yourself. Anyone can now develop software without much capital. No longer do you need to raise a huge chunk of money. It is now cheaper and easier for anyone to create startups, or expand a business, or even just build a simple side project. Now, what can you do with no code and low code? No code and low code can be used to make websites, apps, automation, and other solutions that require the use of technology. Want to share all the info you know about a certain K-pop star on a website? You can use no code to build something like that. Want to keep track of all the anime shows you've ever watched in an app? You can use no code to build something like that. Want to automatically repost every video by your favorite TikToker? You can use no code to build something like that.
Damn.
With no code and
Pati
low code, there are
pagpaparepost,
plenty of opportunities. And because it is disrupting the world at large, you don't want to get left behind. Because evidence suggests that the future is no code and low code. Why do I say that? For starters, here's an overview of some popular no code tools and how much they're worth right
Dami,
now.
tangin na
The fact
140
that
million.
investors are highly interested in these no code
Kita nyo
tools
ba?
is a good indicator that it is a growing market.
Damn.
What's more, Gartner, a research firm,
Ayos,
predicts that more than half of major
Tagal na ako hindi
large
nagbablog, pero ngayon lang ako
enterprises
napablog.
will use no-code and low-code
Eh, paano hindi
as
vlog?
one of their
Ayan, no?
strategies by 2023. Even more
Vloggerist.
importantly, Gartner predicts that more
Teko
than
lang.
65% of all activity related to app development will use low-code by 2024.
Uy.
Forrester, another research firm, predicts a compound annual growth rate of 44.49% for the low-code market. From $3.8 billion in 2017, it will be worth $21.2 billion by next
Can you
year.
imagine kung
It is
gaano
safe to
karami yun?
assume then that no-code and low-code in
21.2
the coming
billion?
years will be
Can
mainstream,
you just
and that they are
imagine
here
kung
to
gaano
stay.
karami yun?
We can probably even guess that for our kids and grandkids, no-code and low-code will become basic life skills. No-code and low-code's impact on our world is inevitable. But here's the part where I emphasize that no-code and low-code are not meant to replace code. It's unwise
Oh,
to
not
assume
meant to replace
otherwise.
code. Just to
No-code
make
and
clear.
low-code will coexist with code in the future,
Coexist
primarily
with
because
code.
they serve different needs.
Different
No-code and
needs.
low-code are best for simple, out-of-the-box solutions that require minimal customization. And for things that are a bit more complex and or highly specialized, you will need custom code. No-code and low-code still aren't as customizable or flexible as code. Which probably leads you to ask, is there actual proof that no-code and low-code work in the real world? I'm glad you asked because there are plenty of examples of how no-code and low-code have achieved success. Today, let me give you 3 examples. My first example is Lambda School. Lambda is a Y Combinator-backed startup, and for the first iteration of their product, they used a variety of no-code tools such as Typeform, Zapier, Calendly, and the Learn Dash plugin on WordPress. Using only these tools, they were able to raise their Series A and B funding and serve about 3,000 students. Today, its valuation is more than $200 million, and they still use no-code as part of their arsenal. Interestingly enough, Lambda School is a coding school. The fact that it uses no-code proves the value that no-code can have. My second example is Coins. Coins is a platform that helps you pay off your financial debts. The first version of their product used a no-code platform called Bubble, and Bubble only. Today, they have paid off more than $16 million in debt and raised about $1.5 million in funding. While they have now redone certain aspects with traditional code, Coins still runs primarily on Bubble. Notably, Nate Washington, its founder and CTO, predicts that no-code startups will skyrocket in the future. My last and favorite example comes from Vlad Magdalene, co-founder and CEO of Webflow. News Story Charity was started by a group of people who went to Haiti after a huge disaster and found a lot of homeless people. They decided to help by creating a crowdfunding site. The problem? They didn't know how to code. So they used Webflow, a no-code website builder. First, they raised money for one family, then tens of families, eventually hundreds of families. Today, they have raised hundreds of millions of dollars and are 3D printing homes. This example shows the kind of huge impact no-code can have on our world. Now, hopefully, I've gotten you excited about no-code and low-code, and you're wondering how to get started.
Yeah.
The best time to get started is right now.
Oh,
And the fact
no
that
code
you're
and
in
low
this
code
talk
ngayon
is a
na daw
good
mag-start.
start. But let me
Paano?
also give you my 5 best tips on how to learn
May
no-code
tips pa
and
naman
low-code.
pala eh.
My first tip
Meron
is
pala
to
eh.
learn the basics. No-code and low-code may be easy, but they do not eliminate the application of logic. No-code and low-code also still require the knowledge of certain things, like database schema and the use of REST APIs. So you still need to learn some fundamentals related to coding. Moreover, I highly recommend learning other skills like UX design, because as you probably know, your software is as good as your user experience. My second tip is to know the tools. There are tons and
Know the
tools,
tools.
tons and tons
Number
of tools
2.
out there,
Know
and
the
more
tools.
are being added every day. In the interest of time, we won't be able to compare and contrast each one of them. So please do your own research, especially since every use case will require a different tool or set of tools. My third tip is to find resources. I don't need to tell you that you can easily Google no-code tutorials, or that YouTube is full of videos on how to do certain things on these tools. However, in my experience, the best place to start is the official documentation of whatever tool you are using. And if you've searched the whole internet and still can't find a solution to your problem, your best bet is to ask in their official support forums. My fourth tip is to make a project. I believe that the best way to learn no code and low code is by doing. You don't need to have a grand idea right away. It can be just as simple as an Instagram clone or an inventory management for the books you own at home. What's more important is that you are interested in the idea, enough for you to be motivated to get past the initial learning curve. By producing an output, not only will you learn how to do no code and or low code, you will be inspired to make more projects because now you have something to show for your effort. My last and favorite tip is to join a community. Joining a community helps you grow, enables you to network and engage with like-minded people, and gives you the opportunity to ask for support and valuable feedback from people who can help you. And this is a shameless plug, but I started a community that seeks to empower no-coders in the Philippines. No Code PH has a Facebook group, Discord server, and Telegram group, a website to showcase your no-code projects, and regular meetups where you can meet and connect with fellow no-coders. And even more importantly, we have events where you can learn more about no-code and low-code from experts. And we are planning a challenge where you can compete and win prizes by building no-code projects. As I end this talk, let me share a personal story. 3 Things Daily is a side project of mine. It's basically a digital gratitude wall where every day you can share 3 things you're grateful for. I made it because I had a mission to spread the practice of gratitude as much as possible after experiencing firsthand how it made me happier and healthier. 3 Things Daily has a web app and mobile app, the core functionalities of which I built in only a few days last April using Adalo. And today, with minimal marketing, there have been more than 1,200 posts made by over 300 people from all over the world. And this is the kind of feedback I've gotten from this initiative. If I can make a side project within a short amount of time that somehow positively impacts the lives of other people, so can you. You have a unique set of abilities, a unique set of ideas, a unique set of experiences, which, combined with the power of no code and low code, can positively change the world. As I've shown you today, the future is no code and low code. My question now to you is, do you want to be part of that future?
Yes, I want
Because no
to
code
be
and low
part
code
of
are
that
waiting for
future.
you to spark innovation, solve problems, positively impact the lives of other people. And it is this potential that makes me absolutely love no code and low code. I really appreciate your time and attention today. Thank you so
Wow.
much. And if you need help with anything no code or low code, please don't hesitate to reach out to me through email or
Uy,
Twitter
pwede siyang
DM.
i-email, oh.
I'd love to help you out.
Yeah. Para sa may mga katanungan pa sa mga no code at low code dyan, pwede siyang i-email dun sa, yun, Si Ma'am Crystal Camaro.
Alright, thank you, Miss
Yeah.
Crystal Camarao, for sharing with us
Peace!
what exactly low